Hello. Welcome to episode 46 of the Role Slayers podcast. We're back to monocam. That last episode was our test of the 3-cam. We got some work to do, but it's okay. It was a cool test, and you got a taste of what it will maybe one day be. Before we get into tonight's episode, as always, we have our announcements. First and foremost...
Wiki. What? Sirenscape, sliders, push the buttons, tap them. Is it an app? Is it your mouse? How do you do it? Do you like...
Let's find out.
The tactile feel of a tablet, or would you prefer old school mouse? Cat and mouse game, yo. Sirenscape.com.
Word association. Jeremy's spitting fire over here, dude.
In addition,
never been cooler.
Oh, watch out.
There you go.
Oh my god.
What up? BeyondSkyrim.org. Hey, can you hear that orchestra coming down the street? It's not down the street. It's on BeyondSkyrim.org. Because they have good medieval orchestral music. And you can use it for your games. Enhance the experience.
Hayden, this is what you missed during your hiatus.
Yeah, I didn't miss it. I was listening from afar.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were saying...
I would say I missed it.
I would say I missed it.
It's becoming increasingly unhinged.
I would thought about going there, but I was like, you know what? Jeremy puts in a lot of effort to his cool raps about Sirenscape.
Yeah.
John, I'm not going to make you do World Anvil spiel since we're getting a quick intro.
Okay.
We're an affiliate of World Anvil. If you sign up with our affiliate link at worldanvil.pxf.io/ruleslayers, you get nothing, but we benefit. And that's pretty neat. Also, if you want to get a cool custom mini from Eldritch Foundry, our code RuleSlayers will get you 15% off in checkout. Follow us on social, follow us
For
on
100%
Discord
off.
and YouTube and all that stuff. On 100% off, some dank memes in the Discord, maybe, sometimes.
You want a free Eldritch Mini? Tyler will buy your... If you go on the Discord and post the secret code, and the secret code is...
We haven't.
It's a secret.
We don't know. It's a secret.
You haven't told us yet.
You have to post the secret code, but you have to know it.
The secret
For the
code.
secret code, and then you post in the Discord, and then you get your free Eldritch Mini. This is
Support us
also
on Patreon, too, if you want to. That'd be cool. Let's play D&D.
Let's play the game.
Okay. So, last we left off, our adventurers encountered a large, gelatinous red being full of skeletal figures, as well as 2 additional humans who helped them. Or should I say 2 additional halflings.
Should.
One being Remington of the Tenderheart clan? Fellowship, as he so pointedly handed out his card, and the other being Giorgio, the wisecracking, stocky halfling.
Who investigates homes for his boss.
You decided to
to
take
know.
the spoils of this fight and make your way back to the Trebuchet Tavern. It's not that far of a walk from where you already were, so without too much time passing, you do arrive back at the Trebuchet Tavern. The innkeep again clocks you on the way in. And, oh, hey. How's it going? Oh, you don't look great.
Yeah, we've been better. We could use a private booth if there's one.
Private booth, bottle of wine.
Will do. Easy enough. He gestures over to a small booth and then does bring a bottle of wine.
Also, everyone, how are you? Are we hungry? I feel like I could eat many cows.
I don't mean to intrude. I also have a room here, but I wasn't. If you're all having a meeting, I don't have to intrude on that. If you
Hey,
wouldn't
Remington, you're one of me's, alright? So you're coming with, and I'm just gonna invite him into the group like I've already got to say it.
Well, I mean, you guys are both outsiders. However, I think it would be useful for you to be here as we debrief.
Yeah, Lynn, do you have any aversion to these two halflings accompanying us?
I'd love for them to join us.
Okay.
Maybe we can get
I should also. I am 30. I'm not very. All halflings look kind of young. I realize, but I'm not a child. I can drink.
Cyrus is going to look down at him, pat him on the head, and say,
Oh, of course, you're not a child.
I can. Okay.
Lynn narrows her eyes and says, Cyrus, do you ever feel looked down upon? Do you ever feel condescended to? It doesn't feel very good, does it?
No, not at all.
Yes. I meant nothing by it. I actually misspoke. But you shortmasters, whatever your age, are more than welcome to join us.
Hey, well, that's very kind of you. You know, hey, can I get a round of... Give me some ale for my short friend and I over here.
Okay, if you have any milk, that would be fine for me. Thank
Sure.
you.
Yeah, he'll take an ale.
Okay, ale, and I'll bring a milk as well. Yeah. He bustles off and brings that back. Giorgio, you actually do spot your employer in his corner booth. Looks like he's fiddling with an account book, but you do spot him from afar.
Okay, I'm gonna point him out. I'm gonna say, hey, that's my employee over there. That's Mr.
Caldwell.
Caldwell, yeah, that's Mr. Caldwell. Bainin, that's his name. Jeez, I almost forgot. I'll leave him for now. Let us know what you guys are saying. I'll collect my gold later.
How long have you been working for him?
Oh, for Mr. Caldwell, you gotta get a little booba by and just scuba to buy. You know what I'm saying? It's just about that time.
Unintelligible.
That wasn't halfling either. I'd speak halfling. I'm not sure.
So yeah, I'll get that gold later. So what's going on? What are we talking about?
No. Why don't we sort this out now? If it's gold you're looking for, we have recovered. I saw that you had recovered some. We've also recovered some. We'll go ahead and divide the spoils for this battle evenly between us all. Is that fair?
Oh, hey man, I'm not here to take your gold or nothing. All right, I got what I came for. I was just helping out a friend I saw walking down the street. You know what I'm saying? I got my own job.
No.
What? Hang on a second. You got what you came for. What was it you came for exactly?
For the investigating of the house. And I came and I did it, and then I helped you with the Jello guy. It's nothing. It's no big deal, guys. You're really blowing this out of proportions, all right?
No. We just prefer to handle ourselves professionally. We don't want a reputation for shortchanging our compatriots and the people that we associate ourselves with. How much gold did you recover?
I'm gonna kind of be like, well, that's nice to hear, actually. Oh, I only got 25 gold.
Make a deception check.
And I'll insight.
I was watching him. I mean, I was there.
Yeah,
as
you don't know how much. I mean, you couldn't I
wasn't.
count how much he scooped up with his hands.
But if he's trying to say that he got almost half of what he actually got, I think.
And that's a 14.
It's 15 gold
That's
less.
a 14 there.
So what do I roll against?
Just insight. 14?
14, yeah.
5.
Okay.
So
I'll allow one more insight roll.
I have a passive of higher than that.
Oh, you have a passive insight of higher?
Yeah, I do.
Hey, but nobody asked.
Okay. You don't believe him.
Yeah. So I have something of an obligation to notify everyone that he's not quite telling the whole truth, probably.
And I'm gonna nudge him with my elbow.
Oh, mine's also higher than that.
Okay.
Passive.
Well, he said something, so I'm gonna nudge him. Be like, hey man, you really throwing me out like that? I thought us little guys stuck together.
You know,
We
professionalism.
no. Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, professionalism and conducting yourself in a professional manner, it does imply that, you know, some degree of mutual trust is necessary.
I'm gonna kind of awkwardly kind of laugh at. Oh, what? Oh, did I say 25s? I think I meant 40s. I'm not so good with the numbers, you know.
Right. Well, whatever it is.
I'm not very good with numbers either. It's all right. I'm sure.
Yeah, now you get my back, man. Why don't you just shut it, alright?
All right.
Right, then it looks as if we owe you 102 gold. And Cyrus, or I guess we probably have it in party funds at this point, so
Yeah.
I just shell it out to him.
I sit back. That's perfectly acceptable, I think.
And to you too, Sir Remington, here are your 143 gold pieces.
Well, if you insist, it's very gracious of you. I did not do a whole lot to help, so I'd understand if you wanted to keep that to yourself.
No, and I don't want to speak on behalf of the whole party, but I feel like an even division is. You took a brunt of the attack, and if you hadn't done that, then it would have been one of us.
I mean, you may have gotten, you know, hurt rather quickly, but it did draw his attention and created an opening for us to hit him as well. So I mean, it's you did your part as a punching bag, as it were.
Oh, well, I guess that's something. Glad I could be of assistance.
Right, so that leaves 568 for us as a party, and we can divide that evenly if you would like.
Well,
it would
we
be
can
142 apiece.
We can keep that in the party fund for now.
Sure. Okay, now that the business is out of order, the business conversation is over, maybe we can begin to nurse our wounds.
Lynn, how are you holding up?
I'm feeling quite tired. I'm not feeling very well. I would like to rest, but I know I need to eat first.
Well, I do have something for you, and I'm going to pull out a bottle of wine and put it in front of Lynn.
I'm already quite tired, and
No. Open it. Open it.
She's gonna trust him and open it.
It's morning dew that I've been collecting.
Oh my gosh. She's
Bam, bam, bam.
she's gonna start crying, just like some tears of happiness. This is really kind of you. Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm just glad you're still with us.
I'm glad to.
Oh, well, that's just freaking adorable. Is my ale coming over here and my buddy's milk or whatever he got?
Oh. He brings the milk over. Sorry about that. Yeah. If you want to rest up, we will make sure you're not disturbed. Yeah. Is there anything I can get for you?
I believe we could all use something to eat.
Yes, it's close to dinner, so easy enough to do.
So, Langley, do you require a special dinner of? We avoid meat, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I can do that.
I think hearty green vegetables,
Sure.
leafy greens will help get me back on my feet faster than anything else.
We have that in the larder. Easy enough.
Wonderful.
I think I'd like the same if possible, if there's enough.
For sure.
Yeah, that sounds perfect. I'll have a steak.
Okay. We have a roast on, yes. Okay. He brings back the food. Let me know if you need anything else.
Perfect. Thank you.
Parker,
Well,
not bad.
you'll have to forgive us, our guest. I don't think that we are as up for a conversation as we normally would be. It's quite a harrowing experience, and so maybe we could start with you, Remington. You seem to have some knowledge of. You called it Randall.
Well, yes, I think that was indeed Randall. It certainly looked like Randall. Randall was a thief that I'd been, thief and murderer among other things. I've been chasing him for some days and tracked him down to here, and then I finally get him cornered, and he turned into that. So, I think that was the real thing. I don't really know. But he's dead now, so my job's done.
Cyrus, if you want to make an Arcana check, you may.
All right, I will do that. That is a 7 plus 7, 14.
Okay, you know that this is an oblex of some sort, and that they usually can take the memory and visage of their prey.
Okay. I don't. If you have reason to believe that it was this Randall, I have some bad news. I think that might mean that this Randall was killed by this creature.
Oh no, that's fine. I was gonna kill Randall myself.
Oh, okay, good. Then it works out for everyone.
Honestly, this all works out pretty well for me in the end.
You said you were of the Tender Heart.
Oh, the Tender Heart Fellowship, yes. We've been kind of roaming a lot of late, so... I don't know if any of you are familiar with that.
Maybe Bells, but she's not here, so...
Could you tell us more? Tell us more about the Tender Heart.
Oh, of course. In short, we're kind of roaming mercenaries. Oh, no, that's not kind enough. We try to help people out the best we can when we can. Often we deal in extreme retributive justice, as was the case with Randall. I had been traveling as a bodyguard for some merchants that he and his men had slaughtered, so I had an obligation, according to the Tender Heart Fellowship, he had to die. I had to kill him. It was the only way.
Interesting.
There may have been other ways.
No. He killed, so he has to be killed, or at least lose some legs.
I'm gonna say in between bites of steak and drinking now, I was like, yeah, Randall, that's my guy. Okay.
But the preferred outcome is that he would have never done that to begin with. So, yeah, we kind of missed out on that one. I did my best, but the merchants did not fare well.
Well,
in any case, the Tender Hearts, we just do our best to make sure that people are taken care of, and the people that do wrong are also taken care of.
Well, we, the Guild of Goodwill, we also try to help people wherever we can, though that usually does not involve, retribution of that sort.
Oh, I see.
We've delivered enough retribution.
Well, okay, we have, but we haven't hunted down a person who we think deserves to be summarily executed for.
Well, to be fair, that was clearly not a person.
Well, that's true. That wasn't. Was Randall a person?
Was Rand? Yeah, I think. I mean, to my knowledge, he was. But yeah, it was his time.
Yeah, if it's the Randall I'm thinking of, then yeah, that was definitely a poison. And let me tell you, you're a bit of a stick in the mud.
The only thing that I knew about him was, that he rolled through and mercilessly slaughtered a crew of folks that I was traveling with. I'm guessing he had a reputation otherwise.
Yeah, it wasn't one of his better times, that's for sure.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Well, he's dead now.
Hey, good riddance, you know what I'm saying?
And you, sir, Giorgio,
Yeah, that's me.
you just in town briefly, or do you live here in Urungol?
Yeah, you know, I do the comings and the goings, but yeah, as of right now, I'm staying in a little place here. I just find the works when I can, you know. We don't have to get all into the spamampics and all that, but you know, I can find a bit of gold, do a little work. It's all right with me. But you guys look like you needed some help, and I can't turn down a fellow adventurer, so you gotta help you out.
Well, we certainly appreciate the help.
Yeah, you certainly showed it, you know what I'm saying?
Agreed.
I jingled like the coin pouch.
Yeah. Excellent. And you said your employer is here.
Oh yeah, he's right over there. Actually, thanks for reminding me. I gotta go collect my gold. You peoples, excuse me for a second. And then I'm just gonna excuse myself. I'm gonna take a big chug of I'm gonna drink the rest of my ale, and I'm gonna slam it down, and I'm gonna, hey, barkeep, another one over here. And then I'm gonna start walking over to
He makes eye contact with you as you come across the tavern floor.
Cyrus, I'll take a little bit of that wine.
Is my home clear?
Yes.
Thank you.
Oh, crazy Caldwell. Yeah, you best is clear. You wouldn't believe the stuff that I just got into. But yeah, she's looking good.
Good. I'll have some folks pack it up. I'll be having another job for you soon.
Oh, I'm just gonna reach out my hand and kind of hold it in front of oh yeah, that's great, boss. That's great. Thank you.
Puts a coin purse in your hand.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, another job, you says.
Are those individuals friends of yours?
Yeah, you know, we go way back. But what's it to you?
Are they competent in terms of mercenary work?
Oh, boss, you should have seen them. The way they slayed this gelatinous jello. My goodness. You would slice it up and eat it for dinner, you would have think.
Interesting. You think they would... I'm going to need a protection detail for a night or two.
Yeah.
You think they'd be interested?
Oh, 100%, boss. They already said they were down. Yeah. We're in.
Well, not you. You are going somewhere else tomorrow morning.
Oh, is that so?
Yes, you're going to be escorting my family out of town.
Out of town? Well, where they going to, you think?
A safe house until all of this is over.
Yeah, that's probably smart, boss. That's probably smart.
So, if you'd like just to make the introduction, I'm more than happy to pay well, as you know.
Oh, absolutely, boss. They did say to get half it up front, though.
Make a
I hold
deception
out my
check.
hand again.
Make a deception check.
That is 12.
12. He just kind of smirks. Sure. Half up front. Why not, Giorgio?
Does he give me the money?
He doesn't give you the money.
Oh, I put my hand out to get the money.
Oh no, I'll give them half up front when I pay them.
Yeah, you're always on it, boss. You're always on it. And I just like laugh and walk away.
What a sneaky boy.
Sneaky boy.
So I'm gonna walk over to back to the crew. Were they in a conversation while I was gone?
Probably so.
I would say that Remington asked what the deal with the Guild of Goodwill is. If we're wanting to choose a conversation to have been occurring at that time, or
Sure.
He
So-
walks back up and goes, and that's what happened to my former husband.
Lord dumped off screen. Okay.
Lord up. Sorry to interrupt, guys. It sounded pretty deep there, but hey. But my boss over here, he was asking about you. You guys come highly recommended. He said he was gonna hire you on for a job. Yeah.
Oh, what's the job?
It's all about that goodwill and all that. It's real hero stuff. He wants you to kind of, save somebody and all that. You'll just have to talk to him about it. I don't know all the nits and frits about it.
Right, yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
Yes, straight from the horse's mouth.
Yes. Shall we make introductions?
I got you covered. Don't worry.
Okay. We are happy to meet this individual. We have yet to converge and decide our heading. So I suppose we can hear this person out.
Hey, say no more. I'll lead the way. Has my beer gotten to the table yet? My ale?
Yeah.
Are you going over to get him?
No, I'm gonna bring you guys over.
Okay.
I say, Don, say no more, man. I'll lead the way. And I grab my beer and I take a big swig of it and I carry it with me. Follow me over here.
As he does that, across the hall. As he does, like, kind of gets a couple of paces away, we'll say, we have a lot to discuss, but perhaps we just keep our ears open for this opportunity.
Sure, we won't commit to anything immediately.
Right. I think that would be best until we've had an opportunity to discuss everything. I know that Cyrus and I have learned a couple of things on our errand earlier today.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to leave Franklin at the table so that the waiter doesn't think that we just bailed.
Very courteous of you.
Table familiar.
Yeah.
Table service.
All right, you guys approach. He clocks you and kind of gives a head nod as you approach. Come, sit. Share my booth if you'd like.
Listen, I don't know it's been previously discussed, but I just want you to know that we are on previous errand, and I'm not certain that we can commit to anything here, but we are at least willing to hear what you have to say.
That was not discussed. He looks pointedly at Giorgio.
Hey, don't worry about it, boss.
However, no, that should be fine. Previous errand, are you on your way out of town?
Yes.
My name is Caldwell Bainham, by the way. Pleasure to meet you. Will you be in town for the next day? 2 days?
Maybe.
It is, we are, to be honest, we are just out of battle after returning from many different errands and have yet to confer with each other on what are... God's bless you, Cyrus.
Thank you. There's something in these table decorations over here.
Caldwell pulls out a small hanky from one of his pockets and hands it to you. It is monogrammed. CB.
Thank you. Thank you.
Vinny definitely takes note of such fancery.
Finery.
Finery.
Thank you. My English daddy.
such
need
fancies.
Yeah.
It's completely understandable. I don't need an answer now. However, I'm sending Giorgio here to get my family out of the city as I am being hunted. And I should not be hunted for more than 2 days, I believe. However, that is quite a precarious amount of time for one who's being hunted.
Where are you wanting to go? I think our answer will
I'm
largely
staying
depend
here
on. Okay.
in the city. The reason I'm getting my family out of the city is so that they are not harmed inadvertently. So no, I require a protection detail of sorts for the next day, 2 days tops. I have someone working on this issue, but I need a little time.
When do you need? I mean, I assumed you are currently actively being hunted. Is that correct?
Yes, I've hired on Giorgio to protect me as well as check out some spots where they might show up.
It ain't nothing getting by me, boss. You bet on that.
He
Okay,
does seem
but-
to have an observant mind.
Giorgio is leaving and departing in the morning. and
Correct.
There lies the need for us.
Yes,
What I tell you, pretty sweet gig, huh?
I do pay well.
I'm gonna jingle my.
You said your name was Caldwell?
Yes.
Caldwell Bain.
And from my history check earlier, he's what I know about him is
He's well off.
above water.
Above water? What do you mean above water? Like he's not seedy?
Yeah.
No, he does. He seems to be a reputable, kind-hearted
Yeah.
businessman, from what you can tell.
What direction is he going again? Does he want accompanying too?
He's staying in the city for 2 days.
Well, but doesn't he want a guard? Like, he wants a bodyguard to take him somewhere.
No, I'm escorting his family out.
Okay, but he's staying.
Yeah.
He's
Okay.
staying at the Trebuchet Tavern.
Okay, I was like, where is he going? Oh,
You could potentially give us time to hear back from my contact. Also, Cyrus and I did some investigating with this Dilber gentleman, and we have a lead with the disappearances. Apparently, the Floodbottom family has gone missing, and could give us some time to look into that further. Could give us some more information as we make our next heading. Perhaps some leads.
we can use any lead that we can. So, as eager as I am to leave the city, this could be a good thing. Maybe we could protect someone while in the process.
What is it? Cyrus is gonna look over at Bells. Liz isn't here, but Bells, what do you think?
Well, I'm not particularly fond of staying in Urangol, as I have left Urangol and did not.
That's pretty spot on.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's very good.
Not ready to stay here much longer, but if we can be of some use and it is agreeable to the entire party, then I will defer to the group.
That's Vinny. You were so close.
But anyway, I am here to support Alin in her mission, and so
I think if
Liz, if you're listening to this, I hope I'm doing that justice. I'm really trying.
He's trying so hard.
he's
There's a
trying
bead of
very
sweat on his
hard.
forehead.
I've already decided that, as far as I'm concerned, our next task is helping Alin to track down these individuals that she's looking for, and if she is okay with this, in the intervening time, then so am I.
Mr. Caldwell, where can we find you? It might be good for us to have an hour or so to discuss a few things before
This
committing.
is my booth. I rent it.
Okay, and would we be okay discussing it for a little bit? And perhaps returning tonight, or do we need to have a bit of rest before we make our decision?
I think I'd like to rest before I make the decision because if it were up to me, I'd say, let's just leave. We need to leave as soon as we can. But I'm willing to hear everyone out and think about it.
All right. Can we meet you here for breakfast?
Very well. Yes, of course. Yes. I will have to reach out to some other folks in case you're not available, but you are my first choice.
We will get back to you as soon as we can.
Very well.
Absolutely.
My life is in danger, so
My life is in danger.
I would appreciate the expediency. However, I do understand that people have decisions to make and considerations to consider.
Pardon me.
Yes.
But.
Oh my
who
goodness, so you're still here.
What? No one had asked me to depart. I assumed that I was being asked to assist in this matter as we were all seated at the booth together.
By all means.
Who is hunting you and why?
Oh. Well, that's a sticky situation. Maybe I'll tell you when we draw up the contract.
I don't.
I think it would be at least. We should be at least privy to some.
Do you balk at terrifying beings?
We do not.
We
No.
haven't yet.
I am being hunted by a devil.
Oh, Boss Bane, and don't mess around,
And pardon me for being so forward, but why would a devil have any interest in you or your family?
Oh, that goes back to, 25 years ago when I started my business practice in the city. I made a deal with a certain archdevil, signed a contract, and have prospered quite well from it. Thinking I didn't need to do much in return, just move a jug from one part of the city to the other. However, that was a distraction in the contract. Apparently, there was some fine print.
Yes, you make a deal with the devil. Eventually, the devil comes to collect.
Correct. In my case, I unwittingly signed over the souls of my family and close associates.
I wonder how you do that unwittingly. And then,
Did not read the fine print.
Well, I've had a similar experience, favorable as though the contract might have been.
Ellen puts both hands up and just kind of walks. She realizes that she's like becoming frustrated with this person, and at remembering Vinny's contract, she just
It's just too much.
Her propriety. She's going to go down and like sit somewhere else and like drink. And
Go back to Franklin at the booth.
Yeah, and she doesn't even like Franklin.
Franklin does like a Lynn, so you go sit down and Franklin's going to crawl up your arm to say hi.
She throws him off.
I do think I've upset her.
To be honest, she is on her last leg, and we've all...
She could very much use a nap.
Right.
Couldn't we all?
So perhaps we, the Guild of Goodwill, reconvene here in the morning.
Yes. And I do want to clarify, I did not know I was signing a deal with an individual as such. It was seemingly innocuous.
I understand.
However, this is the hot water I find myself in, and while I'm not happy, I'm comfortable with the bed I've made for myself. However, I will have my family protected.
Naturally. Remington, it seems as though your last mission is over. Do you have someone to get back to?
No, in fact, I'm mostly just instructed to find another mission as quickly as possible, so this is a pretty sweet deal for Remington.
So, what do you mean? You take up random contracts as possible?
No. I mean, they have to fit the stipulations, of course, and frankly, helping somebody out who unwittingly made a deal with the devil, it fits the bill pretty well of something that a Tender Heart Fellowship member might help with. He clearly needs help, and I can perhaps render some, so I need to go ahead and do that.
You're hired.
So, okay. Tell me here, Remington, you're telling me that you're part of a group that just wanders the earth looking for good things to do for people?
Well, until we have a greater mission, and frankly, with all the talk of war going on, that's a real possibility, but yeah, that was really the last time that they were incredibly organized to my knowledge, and we pretty much just roam around now. Sometimes in groups of 2 or 3.
How do you make a living?
I mean, he's paying us. Most people do in some capacity. I don't make a lot of money, though.
That sounds pretty similar to what we've been doing.
A little uncanny, really.
Yeah.
What a coincidence.
Interesting.
Where am I leading the family to? Like, where am I?
He didn't say.
You didn't say?
No.
Well, all right. So, hey, boss, where am I taking your families to anyway?
I said before, safe house. Are you looking for specific instructions?
Yeah, well, of course, boss. I gotta know where I'm laying my feet, you know?
He pulls out a sealed note that has his stamp on it and says, "You will receive said instructions when you are sent." Puts it back in his...
Okay, boss. Whatever you says.
Well, I'm sure you have much to discuss. You have to rest. I'll let you take your leave.
Thank you, Mr. Bain. I do. It is not lost on us the opportunity that you provide for us, and if we can provide assistance, we would gladly do so.
Very well. Have a nice evening.
Thank you.
You guys can make your way back
Yeah, we
to
go back
the
to
table,
town.
or are you guys going to go upstairs to your rooms, or what?
I think table.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll go back to the table, maybe finish eating.
Mm-hmm. So, Lynn, let me take your temperature on this one. How do you feel about us staying in Uringal for a couple of days and giving this guy some security detail, and in the meantime, look for more information around the city?
Don't like it.
Right?
What don't you like?
I want to leave immediately.
If I may, I believe the trail of these disappearances is long gone cold. Perhaps this could be an easy way for us to make some money for the journey home, the journey back to the Alanko. I don't... Not that there's not urgency in putting an end to this mission, but it does seem... Well, I guess what's bothering me is something that was told to us by the head divination master of the... what was his name again? Cyrus?
Well,
Wagner Pula?
Puler?
yes, that's
Yeah.
right. Puler.
Wagner Pula, Archmage of Divination, the Quintessence Pursuant. He said something that unsettled us. And I hesitate to share it with you now because I feel like it would have an adverse effect. I feel like when I say this, that it will have the opposite effect, in fact, of what it is meant to have. But he told us that if you travel to the Alanko lowlands, there will be great devastation awaiting you there. Or at least great pain. In the vein of full transparency, he did say that he wasn't sure if it would be something that has yet to come, something that has already passed, something that may or may not be, but in his art has divined that we head into no easy task in the Alanka, specifically for you.
And I think there's maybe an additional factor that's worth considering. I'm willing to go to Ormond first thing in the morning if that's what we decide. But considering the political situation, it may be a wise idea for us to... It may be a wiser idea for us to wait a couple of days just to see how things settle, how the dust settles there as they are... or if the dust settles, I mean, if we're walking into an even more tumultuous situation than we already suspect.
I say, geez, sounds like you guys got a lot of bacon on your plate. I'm gonna go grab another ale while you discuss this, and I'm gonna chug my beer and I'm gonna hand the glass to Remington and then walk and get a beer.
Before you go, Giorgio, sorry, were you about to say something?
Oh, I was just going to say, I love the way he says, I'll have another beer, and then drinks the one he currently has.
Gotta be prepared.
Giorgio, tell us what you may know about the proverbial dust that could settle. Are you aware of anything going on in the, I guess, political sphere? Have you heard anything in our call?
History check.
I wouldn't say I am.
I don't know.
history.
I don't know how long you've been in here.
19.
So, you have some friends who are part of Asmodeus's Fiends, a mercenary group.
Okay, of course.
They're marching in like 3-4 days to Ormond.
Okay. I'm gonna relay that to the group and say, yeah, I mean, my buddies are marching over there right now. Why was it to you?
Randall was one of them, actually.
Yeah, Randall, the old slime of a doogie. That guy.
He was employed and he still behaved that way.
Oh, I'm telling you, that Randall, man, he was a real slimy guy. I can't even stress it enough.
At first, I thought he was just doing that so he could, steal the goods and such, but he was making a living outside of stealing goods. Man, he really was a sadist, wasn't he?
Oh, that Randall, he really wanted it all,
Yes.
Maybe he was doing crime.
Shoots his milk.
Maybe he was doing his crime just for the thrill of it.
That's what it
aren't we
sounds
all,
like.
And I'm gonna walk to get my beer. I gotta pee stuff.
I don't do crime.
I don't either, Remington.
But if we're gonna be working together, I don't know if we are or not, but you can call me Remy if you'd like. Remington's fine, or Remy, whatever you prefer. I go by Remy.
He said that they were marching in the next 3 to 4 days. That doesn't give us a lot of time to get out of town. I mean, are we trying to get ahead of the skirmishes? Is it even possible?
I don't know. How long do we think our business in Ormond will take? Lynn?
Probably a week.
Well, and while we're there, I would like to check in on, would like to check in on the daughter of the Kitagora. Yes, thank you. I was like searching for it.
long since Strasbourg.
Mhm.
Yes,
We've
it's
been
been a
so
while.
long there, and now,
It's slipping.
yeah.
We could at the very least check in on the Duchess of Ormond, although I don't know how accessible she would be, given that her husband is leading a revolution, or a revolt, or a rebellion.
Boy, there is a lot of bacon on your plate, to take the parlance of my companion.
Yes. there's a lot to weigh and discuss. Perhaps we should just go ahead and get some sleep. Can we meet here in the morning and discuss this further? Remington, you said you have a room here as well?
Oh yes, I didn't just follow you here for no reason. That'd be a weird thing to do.
Right. I'm looking at you guys. I am a bit overwhelmed by everything that has been shared with us at this point.
I'm thinking about what you said about the divination master and what he said. And I think that I will need to pray, and I know that my prayer is usually conducted. I will need to hear from my God before I proceed. That is what I'm deciding now.
Oh, neat. What god do you worship?
Bahamut. The platinum dragon.
That's a pretty good one.
Solid choice.
I do like him pretty well.
Well, I'm beat. I must retire for the night. I perhaps should pray as well. Seems weird to say that. Strange.
It's nice to be around fellow religious folk.
Listen, I do appreciate your help, Giorgio, and certainly I do appreciate the connection to Mr. Bain. It can always be a good thing to have allies in high places. Not be a bad connection to have made. What do you say about your employer?
Oh, the boss. Oh, man, he's a great guy, he's always kind of looking out, but, no, he's in a bit of a rough spot right now, I will say. I'm thinking, though, he hasn't told me where I'm taking his family to, but are you guys looking to get out of here? Because maybe that might be more up your alley. I could stay here and protect the boss. You guys get out of Dodge, you know what I'm saying?
That is an interesting plot point.
out of character, I don't know where we're going. So if it is heading in your direction, that might be helpful. But
right, we'll consider it.
Have I heard anything about disappear? I've heard them mention disappearing people a few times. Have I heard anything about people disappearing or?
Make a history check.
History. That's 15.
Yeah, you heard the Gelderbottoms up in Palmer Corner disappeared, and a few other folks, from Asmodeus' Fiends left with a woman in the tavern and never came back.
Okay. I'm gonna say, but what's all this about these disappearing folk? I ain't really heard nothing about that. I know a couple people. They went on vacation for a long while and they've never came back, and no one's ever heard of. Wait, what's it? Is that what you was talking about?
Well, we are investigating some disappearances. I don't know that this is my tale to tell.
Yeah, we're looking for some disappearances, and at this point, Ellen's she's at the brink of exhaustion. Is also very frustrated, and says that we're looking into disappearances because people are being enslaved covertly. They are being trafficked. So we're looking into disappearances.
I say, tell me about it.
We talked to Dilber. Dilber is a smithy in the Palmer Corner, and he told us that Floodbottoms had disappeared, and we believe that there is some connection with a quote-unquote mean lady, some gaunt woman with dark brown eyes and hair, and wears dark gowns.
And apparently she's mean.
Pale skin, sharp
Checks
jaw.
out the lady that took some of your buddies.
Yeah, that's the one. I know her. My friends, they went up and missing, and that's the girl they were last seen with. Real mean lady.
And Really?
Yeah, really
This
mean.
may be exactly the lead that we need.
It may be.
Tell us more. Where did they go? Did you?
Giorgio always comes in handy. So the mean lady, she went. Do I know where the mean lady went or anything about it?
They leave the bar. No one comes back.
Yeah, the mean lady, she walked right out of there. She walked right out with my friends. She said she's walking right out of there, and she just went right out of there. That door right there, you know. I tell you what, I know all about that mean lady.
Oh my god. Thank you.
What else do you need to know?
Well,
who
I mean,
did she go with?
Yeah, there are a few other details that could be useful.
Oh man, I start like reeling. I'm like, oh man, she had Paulie, she had Johnny, oh, she had little cousin Brody. Oh no, she. I just keep
Oh
listening.
my
I'm on like 7 fingers now. And
Yeah.
then-
He just keeps listing
I'm just going.
very,
Wait.
very sketchy
And
names.
oh yeah.
Is there a common thread between these people? Were they?
Oh, good people, yeah.
Well, okay.
Did they have anything in common, or just were they family relation? What?
They were all part of Asmodeus's fiends.
Well, the last person we talked to was a halfling as well, right?
That was on purpose.
The gnome inside of his cup.
Yeah, that's right. A gnome, a little person.
Yeah, there's a link there. Us
no.
little people, we do all know each other, so
Your friends are varying races, though.
my friends are very racist.
Varying.
Oh, we hate those little people.
No, there are varying races.
Yeah.
Human, gnome.
Hey, I may know them. I may not. I don't know.
Oh.
But I definitely know that mean lady. She took a whole lot of my friends. I'm saying she took.
Okay.
lot of
That's
people.
quite enough. I'm asking, what did these people have in common who disappeared?
You know, I gotta think on that for a second. Do I know anything they had in common other than they worked like they were in the same guild?
No. I mean, like they were all seedy mercenaries who like to leave with women.
And when I saw them walk out the door, anything particular that night that I remember before they departed?
They'd get real flirty with the mean lady, and then she would soften up to them and say, "Okay, let's go somewhere."
Oh, well, I tell you one thing they all had in common is that they all really had an eye for the ladies, you know what I feel? Well, of course, not in this instance, but, usually they really had an eye for the ladies, but that's about,
Interesting. So,
Well, Vinny, be careful.
from the sounds of it, I don't think that the mean lady is my type. But I have a lot of types.
Yes, be careful.
Sure. Of course. Okay. So Asmodeus's fiends, those are the people that we met at the bar at that Amnesiac's pub. I remember the Alin, you had a conversation with them.
Yes.
There's not much that I remember from the
So we've been-
Amnesiac's pub.
We've been led back in a circle.
hey, that's the
but-
motto.
But we do know that if we would like to join, the captain is at the Glistening Castle. What's it called again?
It's called Glimmer Proud Gleam Fortress.
Yeah,
That's the one.
that one. Okay. If we stick around, we could continue to investigate this. It seems like this is as much of a lead as potentially that we have. But I'm with Sir Langley. I am tired. I am going to my room.
Okay. You all kind of heading to bed?
Yes, but before going to sleep, Cyrus is going to just look back through his things that he collected
Okay.
from the quintessence.
Before
because
we get to that,
okay,
as
yeah.
you guys are coming up the stairs, you see standing in front of Alin's room at full
What?
guard is a shorter woman dressed in a kind of a red gambeson and mail with a charged shield on her back and a spear in her hand, standing guard seemingly. She's got these bright hazel eyes, short hair shaved on one side, russet skin. I'm sorry, she's not short. She's very tall, and
She's not
looks
short.
and sees and stands further at attention as Elaine comes. Hi. I'm guarding your room like you said. I can clean your armor now.
Thank you.
I'm so excited.
What did you do with the javelins?
Oh, I set them inside.
Okay, I'll look them over.
Of course.
I walk past and head into the room, very tired.
Hello. She just addresses the rest of you.
Hello.
Hi.
It might be better to ask about this one in the morning. Have a good night.
You too.
Oh, I guess I recognize, like, and you see Ellen, like, rest her head on the door, and with, like, there's a thunk sound, and then she turns around, and she just looks very tired. She says, "This is my squire.
Hi. Yes, that's me.
I'll let you make your introductions." Ka-chunk, the door closes.
Oh. Okay. Well,
Hello, I'm Venuthra Silverpiece.
Kaya Dole.
Kaya Dole.
Oh, no.
It's nice to
Cyrus
make your
Van Hoffen.
acquaintance.
Nice to meet you, Cyrus. Yeah, I'm just, I've been assigned to duty, and I'm very excited to just do a great job and serve Sir Langley. Well,
So you will be joining us on our adventures?
assumingly, I'm her squire. I'm meant to take care of her armor and her horse and
And
her
as
weaponry.
as her squire, I assume you follow a very similar code of honor to Sir Langley's.
Oh, sure. I want to be a knight one day.
Yes. So, Vinny, it might be a good idea to just go to bed.
I'm not sure that I take your meaning. He most certainly takes your meaning. You said your name was Kaya.
Yep, Kaya.
Kaya Delay.
Yep, that's my name.
Excellent. Well, it's a pleasure to meet you. I'm sure we'll get to know each other on our many travels.
Okay, well,
I must be going to my room.
sure. I'll just be here standing guard until it's time for bed. But yeah, I've got a lot of work to do. I didn't catch your two names though.
I'm gonna be midway through drinking one pint of ale while I have another one in my hand. I'm just gonna, well,
How many is that by this point?
That's 3 and then 4 in my hand now. So
Oh, God.
Giorgio McGee, that's me.
Giorgio, nice to meet you.
Wow.
You're all companions of Alin? Or I'm sorry, Sir Langley. Oh, hope she didn't hear that.
I'm gonna be quite frank with you. I don't know who you're talking about, but you running with this crew here?
No, I'm with that woman. Sir Langley.
Right. Let me just clear this up. We are the Guild of Goodwill, and we accompany Alin on all of her adventures.
Oh,
We have a bit of an unwritten contract. This is Bells. This is Cyrus. And I am Venuthra, some called endearingly Vinny or the Peace. You may one day find why. And these
Oh
two,
my god! That sounds seductive.
and these two are new friends we have just met.
well, pleasure to meet you, Giorgio, and Bells, and
Remington Northerly Topsford. I'm
Mr.
gonna hand her a
Topsford.
business card as well.
oh, that's a pleasure.
I love how he has
Can I-
3 last
Can I
names.
send this back to my family? Do you, Tenderhearts? There are more of
Very
you.
happy.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we're around. We're
Okay,
around.
well, do you get out east around the forests? My family lives over in Zagasnik.
I'm sure that we do. I'm not presently there, but I'm quite certain someone of my fellowship is over there.
I'll send this. Maybe they'll need some helping with something.
Oh, good. I hope you do. I hope you find it useful.
Well, it was a pleasure to meet you. I guess we'll be seeing more of each other soon.
I'm gonna look at Remington with kind of like a bit of like a scorn and just be like, yeah, and as I said, Georgie McGee, and I'm gonna hand him like a piece of leather that's just kind of says like Georgie on it. Yeah, Georgie McGee there.
Okay, well, I'll put this in as well.
Yeah.
He like snipped it off of his tunic. It was written on it. It was like the tag of his tunic. His mom had put his name on.
This is Georgie's sort of thing.
Property of Georgie's.
I'm gonna whisper to him, Giorgio. If you go down to Barrowman's momentary missives, they can print off a lot of these for you.
And I'm gonna whisper back, Remington, if I hear one more word out of you, I swear to God. I'm just gonna turn around and go back downstairs.
Their first meeting, he loves him. By the end, he's like, I'm done.
We stick together, but we don't all like each other. I don't know.
Well, I'll see you all in the morning then.
Yeah, maybe. And then go back downstairs.
Okay. She resumes her guard stance.
In the morning, and Vinny kind of courteously bows and enters his room.
Okay. Cyrus, you wanted to look through your belongings.
Yeah, I mean, there was before my sojourn, before my my extended leave
Yes.
from the Quintessence, I had just bought a new mystery novel and I wanted to dig that out.
Nice. Nice.
Maybe get started on that one, and just kind of like looking back through the stuff in my bag. Got a Hawaiian shirt with pineapples on it, and just some letters. Just reading back through, and
Sure.
it's just nice to have my things again.
You pick up your mystery novel and start to read through it. It's called The Dwarf's Cold Kiss. It is a ghost haunted story set in Keg Coralder. So you can start to flip through that and get through the weighty exposition of a dwarven book.
Yes. I don't often read these paranormal mysteries, Vinny, but this writer has a good reputation.
No, to each their own. Let me know how it goes. Bells in her privacy is nibbling on one of Sweaty's pastries.
Thank God. Thank God for Sweaty.
Yeah, we took some home.
yeah, and perhaps Vinny will have one and then have another weeping, self-discovery moment or something, but.
Some epitome. Or not epitome.
Epiphany.
Yeah.
Epiphany.
No, I'd say Vinny before he goes to bed. He would mutter a prayer without any pomp or circumstance. Maybe as he's pulling the covers up to his chin, just muttering to his patron, "If you have any input on what we should be doing, now would be the time."
You feel kind of like this little weight on your chest, but nothing there. But it's kind of comforting, almost like a weighted blanket. And you're lulled to sleep.
She knows that I have proprioceptive sensory needs.
And as you drift into sleep,
I like a good pressure.
you start to dream. You're walking, traveling a road. The sun setting behind you. Rocky ocean cliffs dropping into the ocean on your left. With a sense of deep purpose driving you. I'm headed east. 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 Where am I going again? You think for a second. Zagsnick. That's where I'm going. Your vision shifts. You leave the road. The road leaves the rocky cliffs behind, turning south into a wooded forest, ancient. Trees towering, pines, and birches. Heavy fog and mist permeating the area. And that purpose is driving you on. You've got to head south. You've got to head to Zaxnik. Your vision shifts again. This time you're not there. Just a passive viewer of these flashes. Deep in the forest. The fog, almost impenetrable, you see beasts being driven wild and feral. Wolves, elk, and other woodland beings. You see loggers falling prey to them, blood staining the ferns and mushy undergrowth of this forest. You see the ferns and trees overtake light woods, and you see deep in the fog a shining portal begin to shift gold and green. And that's where we're going to end tonight's episode.
All right.
Whoa.
Giorgio
man.
again, dude.
Giorgio's
That was the last pint of ale you saw him drink.
Oh.